Let's just shift away from stablecoins for a moment to decentralized finance, or DeFi. And I was just wondering if you could talk to us a little bit about what you see as the best regulatory approach to DeFi, because DeFi is decentralized and thus difficult to regulate in a traditional way. And there have been various DeFi projects warning that if the US kind of oversteps and regulates DeFi in the wrong way, they will leave the United States. So this has been a topic. So how do you, simply put, what are your big recommendations for regulating DeFi?
Sure. So let me just start off the bat, because as the acting comptroller of the currency, I'm approaching these DeFi, crypto, the entire space with three lenses. First, what are the impacts on bank safety and soundness? That's my number one job. That's my mission, to ensure that banks are safe and sound. So to the extent that banks get involved in that space, that's my question. Second, what are the impact on consumers? Does this space help or hurt with inequality? Does it help or hurt with financial inclusion? That's really, really important. Third, what are the impacts on financial stability? And so those are the three questions I constantly ask myself as these are developing. In the DeFi space, I think right now, the safety and soundness and financial stability implications are second order. I think the primary one is really on consumers. And there are some really interesting polls that show who is getting into the space. It's not who you think. There's a Morning Consult poll that asked fully banked versus underbanked, do you own crypto? 10% of the fully banked said yes. 37% of the underbanked said yes. Who are the underbanked? Underbanked, they have a bank account, but they often need to go to a check casher or a payday lender to fulfill their financing needs. Juxtapose that. There was a Harris poll. Do you own crypto? Whites, 10%. Blacks, 18%. Hispanics, 20%. So I think we want to be really careful about who is in this space and why, and what the risks to them are. I think there is some promise of wealth creation, of empowerment, et cetera, of innovation, but there is some risk that folks who are least able to bear it lose their money. And I think we want to be really careful. That's something that I and some of my peer regulators are focused on. How do we regulate that? I think is an open question. Like the how, we're trying to figure out right now the what, and we'll figure out the how. Because as you guys know, the regulatory structure right now, it's not well set up to just apportion which agency tackles which problem. We're still figuring that out.
I want to get back a little bit to the stablecoin